Sumter Road. And for some reason, every time I recite some of my poetry in public, I hear her sing this over and over and over again. Fortunately for me, Dr. Maya Angelou has a quote to offset my nerves of performing. Sorry about that. She says, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story within us." There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story within us. Here drops the car. Dr. Angelou reminds me what I already know, what we all already know. No matter how real the fear is, and it's terrifying up here, I can promise you that, how shaky our voices become, or how many times we stop to stutter, we must continue. Our stories have significance. Even the most mundane experiences can lead to transformative pieces of work. Artists, and particularly poets, aren't given mainstream credit. Yet it seems to me that those same artists are the ones reminding society that compassion, passion, faith, struggle, redemption, and even hate can live and coexist within our communities, and most definitely coexist within us individually. Yet they remind us to be better than those momentary emotions. All of this captured brilliantly within their stanzas. The message of writing is ultimately one of struggle and progress, progress being the goal. For that very reason, those of us who choose to name ourselves artists have an incredible duty to our communities and should choose to never forget that. This is not to sound grave. This is just a fact, or a truth. Sorry about my cameras. My most liberating poetry tells my personal truths, but the poetry that sustains me is the one I write for my neighbor. I have always wanted the hands of my people to be seen in poetry. I have always preferred a poetry where the fingerprints show, a poetry of loom where water can sing, a poetry of bread where everyone can eat. Pablo Neruda, 1966. I chose the topic of community today for two reasons. One is to remind us that, to remind us, the audience, that spoken word is tough on any writer. I wanted to give us an intro into compassionate listening. My second reason is because my belief is that people have lasted here on earth as long as we have because of our communities. That is why I can't thank Rachel, Steph, and Stephanie enough for giving us this opportunity and sharing their space with us. On that note, let's get groovy and get down to this poetry thing, guys.